Welcome back to another exciting video from ExamPadi. In today's video, we're going to be learning about the moon and its phases. The moon is a natural satellite that orbits around the Earth. It takes about 27.3 days to orbit around the Earth. One of the most interesting things about the moon is its phases. The phases of the moon are the different shapes that the moon appears to be from Earth. It is caused by the changing angles of the moon, Earth, and Sun as the moon orbits the Earth. As soon as the moon orbits the Earth, it is illuminated by the Sun. The part of the moon that is facing the Sun is illuminated, while the part that is facing away from the Sun is in its shadow. The phase of the moon that we see from the Earth depends on the position of the moon in its orbit around the Earth. When the moon is between the Earth and the Sun, the side of the moon facing us is in shadow and we see a new moon. As the moon moves in its orbit, more and more of the illuminated side becomes visible from Earth, and we see different phases such as crescent, quarter, gibbous, and full moon. The cycle of the phases of the moon is approximately 29.5 days long, which is known as the lunar month. There are 8 different phases of the moon, and they each have a different name. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, new moon. This is when the moon is positioned between the Earth and the Sun, and the side of the moon facing the Earth is in the shadow. This makes the moon appear completely dark from our perspective on the Earth. Number 2, waxing crescent. As the moon moves in its orbit, a small sliver of the illuminated side becomes visible, creating a crescent shape that appears to be growing in size. Number 3, first quarter. This phase occurs when the moon has completed a quarter of its orbit around the Earth, and half of the illuminated side is visible from Earth. Number 4, waxing gibbous. The illuminated part of the moon continues to grow, creating a shape that is more than half but not yet fully illuminated. Number 5, full moon. This is when the Earth is positioned between the Sun and the moon, with the fully illuminated side on the moon facing the Earth. This is the phase of the moon that is most easily recognizable. Number 6, waning gibbous. After the full moon, the illuminated side of the moon begins to shrink in size, but still appears more than half illuminated. Number 7, third quarter. This phase occurs when the moon has completed 3 quarters of its orbit around the Earth, and half of the illuminated side is visible from Earth. And finally, number 8, the waning crescent. The moon continues to move in its orbit, and the illuminated part of the moon becomes smaller and smaller until it disappears completely, marking the end of the lunar cycle and the beginning of a new one with the next new moon. Try out this quick activity to help you remember the phases of the moon. You will need a ball and a flashlight. Hold the ball up in front of you and use the flashlight to shine light on the ball from different angles. As you move the flashlight around with the ball, notice how the amount of light that is visible changes. This is very similar to how the phases of the moon work. Thank you so much for learning about the phases of the moon with me. Make sure to subscribe to ExamPadi for more educational videos. Until next time, goodbye.